Recently, the Six Stations changed their branding, and if you don't know what it looks like or may want to look at it again, here it is. Now, the Six Stations changing its branding has been met with widespread criticism, with some saying, hang on, why do you need to change the branding? The current one's already working. With the other side saying, okay, this just looks downright childish. Like, how many seconds did it take you to think of this? Like 5. Like, yeah. So that's just some of the criticism that's been met with this branding. But what are your thoughts? I think looking at branding out there, an update is necessary to keep up with the modern world. Like, yes, okay, the current Six Stations branding was cool, but it needed to change so as to keep up to date with the modern world. Because what I don't want is to get left behind. Like, that cannot be afforded. I think when looking at the Six Nations changing its branding, uniformity was essential to them. As if you look at the branding for the under 26 nations and the women's Six Nations, it follows a similar pattern. And the Six Nations, or as I'm calling it now, the men's Six Nations, which is an issue I'll get onto later, has will go with the same pattern of uniformity. Like, I guess, like big, bright, bold colours. And this isn't the only time we've seen uniformity. Going outside of sport, if we go into the media, and more specifically the BBC, you'll realise that each of BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, and BBC Four, although they all look the same, they do have their own characteristics in their own in their own branding, which is exactly what the Six Stations want, and I'll show it to you here. Now, one thing I don't agree with is the fact that they've called it the Men's Six Nations. I don't get it. Like, we know men are playing, so why do you then need to call it the Men's Six Nations? That's something I just can't fathom. Like, I thought we had stopped labelling gender to tournaments. Like, World Rugby did this with the Women's Rugby World Cup and just calling it the Rugby World Cup. Like, why are the Six Nations going the other way? Although they are just trying to keep up with the uniformity of the Women's Six Nations and the Under 26 Nations, which I'll show you here. I mean, sticking with sports, but going off to football, more specifically Australian football, not Aussie rules football, or should I just call it Australian soccer? The A League calls their men's league A League Men and the women's league A League Women, and for me that's another decision I just don't understand. But maybe it makes sense to have gendered titles. I don't know. What do you think? Does it make sense or not? I don't know. Yeah, but I think for me, I like the new Six Nations branding. I like that it's big. I like that it's bold. I like that it's current. Like, no disrespect to the old logo, but you want the Six Nations to be enticing for a younger generation. And my word, that just sounds so cliche. Yeah, you know what? I'm leaving that in. It is what it is. Yeah, you want the Six Nations to be modern rather than old, if that makes sense. But those are just my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Do you like this logo? Do you not like it? Is Is the branding a bit too loud? Is it a step in the right direction or not? Let me know what you think.